It all started the day my cousin Jaden rolled up my driveway in his sleek, customized wheelchair van. He was grinning ear to ear, fresh off a 16-hour ride to come spend Christmas with me. Dude's got more humor in his pinky than most folks got in their whole body, and the only thing more unstoppable than his wheelchair was his spirit. But not even 20 minutes after he arrived, the Grim Reaper of Joy herself, HOA President Karen Thornwick, appeared like she had smelled fun from 5 blocks away. She strutted up my porch, heels clicking like a ticking time bomb, and without even a hello said, "I'm sorry, but we don't allow temporary visitors with special conditions. It makes the neighborhood uncomfortable." Welcome to Prodigy Tales. Make sure you like and subscribe for your top-notch HOA drama. I blinked so hard I almost popped a vein. "You mean disabled?" I asked, just to be sure this devil really had said what I thought she did. "Yes," she sniffed. "We have image standards here. Wheelchair ramps, medical equipment, those vans. It's unsightly." I thought she'd stop there, but no. Plus, some of our older residents feel threatened when they see someone like that rolling around. You understand. Oh, I understood, all right. I understood that this HOA had just declared war. I smiled the fakest smile I could manage. "Well, Karen," I said, "guess we'll have to fix that image issue." And that's when the gears in my brain spun into full-blown nuclear. I made exactly one phone call to my buddy Marcus, who runs a statewide disability support network. I explained the situation. He laughed so hard he nearly passed out. "You want to host a what on your property?" he asked. "Oh, hell yes, I'm in." Within the week, my backyard was turning into the future headquarters of the Inclusive Independence Club. We had blueprints, permits, ramps, sensory gardens, and custom workout gear rolling in faster than Karen could say violation notice. My cousin Jaden, appointed co-president. HOA Karen, clueless, for now. Karen's head almost swiveled off her neck when the first delivery truck backed into my driveway. Out came crates of adaptive gym equipment, LED light systems for sensory therapy, even a freaking wheelchair-accessible barbecue pit. She screeched so loud I thought a bald eagle had been shot. "What is all this? This violates every neighborhood standard," she bellowed, arms flailing like she was fending off bees. "Oh, just doing some renovations," I said sweetly, signing off on the delivery receipt with a wink. "We're going for maximum accessibility. It's trendy now." She stormed off like her hair had caught fire, but not before snapping 50 pictures and threatening to bring this up at the next HOA meeting. "Please." I already RSVP'd. By Friday, the Inclusive Independence Club held its first soft launch. 35 members, every single one with either a wheelchair, prosthetic, sensory aid, or medical service animal. It was like a pride parade for resilience, and Karen nearly fainted watching her pristine, bland suburban lane turn into the liveliest block party since the 90s. Live music, therapy dog cuddle zones, adaptive yoga on the lawn. Jaden rolled around as the honorary MC, wearing a role model shirt while tossing candy to kids. That's when Karen cracked. She marched into the center of the party, clutching a binder like it was the Constitution, and screamed, "This is a residential zone. You can't run a public circus here." Marcus, ever the calm storm, handed her a permit. "Actually, the club is registered as a nonprofit community wellness initiative, fully legal under state inclusion laws. And I believe this," he tapped her binder, "is toilet paper now." But wait, it gets better. Karen's tantrum made the local news. HOA president throws fit over disability inclusion club, the headline read. They even got a clip of her yelling, "I just don't want those kinds of people here." Public backlash? Immediate and glorious. Neighbors started pulling down their HOA signs in protest. Someone even graffitied her garage with the words, "Unwelcome to your own nightmare." She tried reporting me. The city responded by giving us a grant. I could hear her sobbing through my hedge. By the time the third week rolled around, Karen was unraveling faster than a cheap rug in a thunderstorm. She'd lost control of the HOA meetings, mostly because nobody showed up anymore. They were all too busy at the Inclusive Independence Club's movie nights. We screened classics with open captions, audio descriptions, and free popcorn. Jaden was now being referred to as the mayor by the kids. He even started handing out handmade achievement pins. Karen got one too. It read, "Biggest Obstacle." But Karen, she didn't take that well. She tried slapping fines on me for unauthorized gatherings. The city laughed and replied with a certificate of appreciation for outstanding neighborhood inclusion. She tried claiming our wheelchair ramp violated the neighborhood aesthetic, so I installed 10 more, each one a different color. When she said they were distracting, I added motion activators that played Beethoven's Fifth when someone used them. It was a symphony of petty perfection. Still, Karen was scheming. She held a surprise HOA vote at her house and tried to pass a quiet enjoyment ordinance that would ban all excessive activity. Too bad she forgot to check the rules. Only certified members can vote, and most of the board had already ditched her. In fact, 3 ex-members were at our club the same night, doing accessible dance aerobics with Jaden. Karen got desperate. She sent an anonymous tip to the fire marshal claiming our equipment was dangerous. Fire marshal shows up, takes one look at our setup and says, "This is the safest, most inclusive property I've inspected in 20 years." He then joined us for taco night and asked for a club t-shirt. I gave him the one that said, "Rolling with the best." But what really scorched her toast was when the local news ran a feature titled, "From Exclusion to Empowerment, How One Club Changed a Neighborhood." Guess who was on the cover photo? Glowering in the background with arms crossed while a group of kids in mobility scooters did donuts on my lawn? Karen, frozen in fury. Iconic. Petitions began circulating to dissolve the HOA altogether. Karen doubled down, calling it a war on order. But baby, she was already losing. And I was about to launch the final phase of Operation Karen Karma. The final blow started with one word, Expo. That's what we named it. An open neighborhood celebration of accessibility, resilience, and sticking it to bigoted HOAs. We got sponsorships, real ones, from local businesses, disability advocacy groups, and even a freaking tech company that donated VR therapy sets. We put up banners across the entire block, rented a stage, booked live bands. Every driveway had a booth, accessible cooking demos, adaptive archery, sign language karaoke. It was a block party with purpose, and Karen was foaming like a malfunctioning cappuccino machine. She tried to report it as an unauthorized commercial event. Turns out the city council had already declared it a sanctioned awareness day. And guess who got invited to cut the ribbon at the opening ceremony? Jaden, of course, who rolled up in a sequined wheelchair with fireworks mounted on the back. Karen tried to crash it and got escorted off the property by 2 off-duty cops who were also honorary club members. Then it got real juicy. Remember how she'd been faking HOA rules for years? Well, I had receipts. See, while she was too busy choking on her own prejudice, I'd been quietly collecting every fake citation, phony regulation, and forged signature she ever spewed. I had a folder thicker than her ego. And I mailed it. Not to the city, not to the state. No, I went nuclear. I sent it to a disability rights attorney who had been waiting for a case like this to crack down on discriminatory HOAs. She filed a lawsuit so fast, Karen probably got whiplash reading the first page. Charges, discrimination, harassment, abuse of power, unlawful fines, and obstruction of ADA rights. We even had witness statements, audio, footage. That uncomfortable quote Karen made about my cousin, it played on loop during the hearing. The court didn't just slap her with fines. They dismantled her HOA presidency like a Lego tower in a tornado. She was removed, banned from holding any future neighborhood positions. And my personal favorite, ordered to attend an accessibility and inclusion course hosted at our club. She showed up to the first class, red-faced, fuming, muttering under her breath. Jaden welcomed her with a custom Karen Learns Kindness sash and a front row seat next to a lady with a parrot that screamed ableist every time Karen opened her mouth. Welcome to Prodigy Tales. Like and subscribe, because this is how you bury an HOA tyrant, with ramps, rights, and revenge served hot.